Did you know that visitors to the 1885 train depot have reported hearing phantom footsteps echoing across the empty wooden floors long after the last train ever pulled into the station? There are accounts of shadowy figures pacing the platform in the dead of night, doors creaking open with no wind, and sudden bursts of icy cold air brushing across one's skin like invisible fingertips. Some say they've heard whispers that come from nowhere. Others claim that once you enter the depot, you don't leave alone. Nestled in a seemingly peaceful southern town, the 1885 train depot was once the heartbeat of travel and trade, a place alive with motion, greetings, farewells, and the powerful rumble of steam engines. But time is a strange thing. As the world moved on, the depot was left behind, its platforms now cracked, its hallways silent. Yet not everything faded. Something stayed. The depot didn't just become a historical monument. It became a place of whispers, of cold spots, of unexplained sightings. For years, it has drawn in skeptics and believers alike, paranormal investigators, history buffs, and the simply curious. Some come for answers. Others come and never return the same. Many who visit speak of an overwhelming sense of being watched. Some report the feeling of invisible fingers brushing their neck, or footsteps behind them that suddenly stop when they turn. A few have said they heard their names called softly by voices that weren't there. The deeper you go into the building, the stranger it gets. And as you descend into the basement, once used for holding prisoners during transit, there's a heaviness that sinks into your bones. Cameras glitch, batteries drain, and sometimes people just stop talking altogether, as if something has gripped their throat. One particularly disturbing story comes from a former security guard named Daniel, who worked the night shift at the depot in the early 2000s. One night, while patrolling the upper floor, he heard a child laughing near the old freight room. He thought it odd. No one was supposed to be there, let alone a child. As he approached the room, the laughter grew louder, then stopped. He opened the door. The room was empty, but in the center, an antique toy train was spinning wildly in place on the floor, on its own. No batteries, no track, just spinning. That was the last shift Daniel ever worked. Another visitor, a woman named Rebecca, was on a guided tour when she suddenly froze near the ticket booth. Her eyes widened in terror as she pointed at a figure that no one else could see. A woman in a long black Victorian dress, standing motionless behind the glass, her eyes sunken and her mouth slightly open, as if whispering something. Rebecca said she locked eyes with the apparition until it vanished before her. Historical records later revealed that a woman fitting that exact description, Emily Hargrave, died on the platform in 1906, crushed beneath a locomotive while trying to save a runaway child. Emily's screams are still heard on quiet nights. Locals don't speak of it unless asked, but many admit they avoid walking past the depot after dark. Something's not right there, one old-timer said. You feel it, like the ground itself remembers the pain. Paranormal investigators have flooded the site over the years, armed with thermal cameras, EVP recorders, and EMF meters. They've captured chilling audio clips, soft crying, urgent whispers saying, "Help me," and footsteps pacing endlessly in locked rooms. One team even caught a distinct male voice growling, "Get out," through their spirit box, right before all their equipment powered down simultaneously. They left the building in silence, some in tears. But the most horrifying encounter happened during a Halloween ghost tour. A group of 15, led by a seasoned paranormal guide, gathered near the back of the depot where the train conductor's quarters once stood. As the guide began sharing the story of a conductor who died of a heart attack mid-route and whose body was stored temporarily at the station, all the lights in the building abruptly went out. Total darkness. Then came the footsteps. Heavy, dragging footsteps. They circled the group, slow, deliberate, getting closer with each round. One woman began to sob. Another screamed that someone had grabbed her hand, but when the lights flickered back on, no one was near her. Her wrist had long, red finger-shaped marks that hadn't been there moments before. A man in the group fainted. When paramedics arrived, they found no signs of injury, just elevated heart rate and extreme coldness in his body. Security footage reviewed later showed the group standing huddled together in darkness. But for one frame, just one, a pale figure in a conductor's hat was visible standing behind them, eyes glowing faintly, mouth open as if mid-command. Local legend says that this conductor still boards the invisible trains that arrive at midnight. Witnesses have heard the distant horn of a train long after the tracks went out of service, and some claim to have seen spectral passengers boarding in silence, only to disappear as they move into the mist. Even skeptics have been shaken. A professional investigator, known for debunking hauntings, admitted during an interview, "I don't know what I felt there, but I felt something, and it didn't want us there." So what exactly lingers in the 1885 train depot? Is it just the power of suggestion? Echoes of a place filled with intense human emotion? Love, loss, tragedy? Or is it something darker? Something that feeds off fear and never really left? Whatever it is, one thing is certain. Once you step inside, you carry something with you. Some say the depot doesn't just haunt your memories, it follows you home. If you've ever experienced something unexplainable, share your story in the comments below. We want to hear it. And if you're brave enough, we invite you to watch our next video, where we explore the abandoned asylum where even the walls are said to scream. But be warned, the further you go into the darkness, the less you'll recognize the light.